Since becoming a republic in 1964, Kenya has had a total of 11 vice or deputy presidents. From Adonija Ajuma Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Joseph Murumbi, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, Mwai Kibaki, Josephat Njuguna Karanja, Professor George Saitoti, Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, Michael Kijana Wamalwa, Moody Awori, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And now, Dr. William Kipchirchir Samoei Arap Ruto. These are the men who have been second in command and for some of them, only a heartbeat away from becoming president. But as political fate would have it, of the first 10 vice presidents, it's only Daniel Arap Moi, the Republic's second head of state, who succeeded in inheriting his boss. For the rest, the dream has remained just that, a mirage, with the exception of Mwai Kibaki, who had to exit from government, ran for office twice and lose both times before finally becoming president in 2002 on the historical National Rainbow Alliance wave. Next in line is Ruto. Will he or will he not break the purported jinx that has befallen his predecessors? This was Emurua Dikir legislator Johana Ngeno speaking in 2016.
Saa hii asifikirie ati kwa sababu yeye ni deputy president ati amefika. Ambia yeye aulize mtu ambaye anaitwa Kalonzo Musyoka, who was the vice president. Saa hii anaona kiti kwa kioo. Ambia yeye aulize mtu ambaye anaitwa Musalia Mudavadi ambaye alikuwa vice president. Saa hii anaona kiti kwa side mirror. Ambia yeye aulize mtu ambaye anaitwa Moody Awori. Saa hii anaona kiti kwa TV. Hata William Samoei Ruto 2022 utakuwa unaona president kwa kioo, kwa TV na utakuwa unasikia kwa radio tu. Hakuna kiti. Sisi kama Wakalenjin tutakaa chini.
Ruto's challenges are not just within the Kalenjin community, it's also elsewhere. The question of acceptability by some quarters is what he's contending with. So Gideon Moi just becomes one of those obstacles along the way. But it's not the same way as the feud between Jaramogi and Mboya, which sometimes tended to be ideological feud. Other than age, there was also the generational issue at play.
Historian Professor Macharia Munene refers to retired President Daniel Moi as a shrewd politician who always made extremely well-calculated moves.
Moi made himself through his political cunningness and maneuvers. Even Jaramogi said he's far like an ostrich. So he can politically play games. He did very well.
That Deputy President William Ruto is already feeling the pressure could be the nation's worst-kept political secret. The March 9, 2018 ceasefire deal between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga has not made things easier for the current deputy.
Wale nataka niwaambie hamuwezi kunifukuza ODM ati mkanifuata ati mnanifukuza Jubilee. Haiwezekani. Hiyo haiwezekani bana. Ati wanajipanga huko porojo, fitina, tutavunja Jubilee. Watavunja Jubilee ya nani? Hiyo ni ndoto ya mchana nani? Hiyo msahau kabisa.
There are the political intrigues that characterize succession politics, intrigues that have seen some miss the political jackpot when they thought they were too close to lose it. as narrated by former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga on June 30th, 2016.
This betrayal has been all the times. We were betrayed over the MOU, which we signed in a room somewhere in a Nairobi club. And then later on when we said, let us now implement this MOU, we're told, oh, that thing is not even worth the paper on which it is written. That a few people went and locked themselves in a room at a hotel in town and then tried to mortgage the future of Kenya. That will not happen. And now we became like criminals who had cornered some people to sign an MOU.
I stood with Kibaki, and Brother Raila has referred to that. Senator Musila, if Ambassador Faye was here, will remember, and others, and what the promise was. In fact, wherever I went in many parts of this country, some people who could not pronounce my name well would say Karonjo, right? 2012 Niwewe. Brother Ruto, better watch out. We must be realistic.
I want to categorically state that we have no space for gossip and propaganda and conmanship in our party and in our government. We don't have space for those things. So if you think you're going to use the handshake to export conmanship into our party, we are telling you that's not going to happen. Fanyeni kazi ingine ya maana.
Ask what happened, and there's will be a long chain of betrayals. Somebody said, a tree which a monkey cannot climb, a baboon cannot even attempt.
So, is Ruto's political star about to be dimmed or about to shine brightest?
There's still about 3-4 years to go. Huh? It's a long time. And in politics, anything can happen. Yes, there are a lot of these obstacles, political realignments that seem to be taking place. The Jubilee side seems to be divided in the sense that some people who claim to be Jubilee are saying they are with Raila, or appear as if they are with Raila. And the others who are insisting they are with Ruto. And others are stuck in between looking to see which way are things going. So the situation is fluid.
When they joined forces in 2013 to form the then Jubilee Alliance, there was a formal pact between TNA and URP parties. William Ruto was to support TNA's Uhuru Kenyatta for 2 terms. Then come 2022, the Mount Kenya region would return the favor by backing Ruto. However, somewhere along the way, wheels seemingly started coming off. A section of Central Kenya politicians telling the DP that the Central Kenya support is not guaranteed, a tune Ruto allies had a tough time dancing to.
Wakikuyu hawana deni ya mtu.
Kuna deni. Deni gani? No person, no community, no section of Kenya owes anybody, including myself, anything.
Politicians to me are hawkers. Any politician with a hawker on Koinange Street, they are the same. They are not principled people. Their principle is their interest. And I've told people time and again, even memorandum of understanding in politics is nothing. Let nobody tell you that let us enter the memorandum of understanding in politics. That when I leave, it is you will succeed me. Or when we get this, you will be this, you will be... Nothing. That never works. Raila had a memorandum of understanding with Kibaki. Immediately after elections, Kibaki flew to Sagana. He works out in a cabinet on his own. He invited Raila. You either take this one or you don't take. Where is the memorandum of understanding? That is what caused a problem during that time.
There are a few dangers on the way. Because the handshake appears to completely stand in the way of Ruto. So if you love Ruto that much, reinterpret the handshake. And explore keenly what are its total ramifications. If Raila is re-engineering himself through the handshake, and it is very likely, he is likely through it to cause major havoc on Ruto's design and scheme. But another Jogo has emerged in the Rift Valley called Gideon, who is very rich because he is part of the dynasties.
Wewe unachukua mkate nusu na Uhuru anachukua nusu yake, alafu unaitisha mkate mwingine utatolewa wapi? Sisi hatuna MOU na mtu, ati lazima tutamsupport kweli kweli tu. Kama walisikizana hiyo na Uhuru, hiyo ni hao. Kuwa vice president is not a guarantee kwamba utakuwa president. Lakini Kenya imechoka. Hiyo sentiment imetoka hapa. Kwamba wede Suhoi, Burundi Mongowini, na Kenya ina kabila 47. Lazima Kenya ibadilike, na Kenya inabadilishwa.
I was in Busia County in Tesonop with the 10th Vice President, Kalonzo Musyoka, and he said something that is very interesting. And he said, I'm the 10th Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, and the previous 3 came from your region. And he was saying the fact that you're vice president does not mean you're automatically the next president.
What does Ruto need to do if he is to be successful as President Moi?
There is one thing that Ruto said once, that he learned a lot from Moi: patience. And if he plays his cards right, his chances are very high. If he messes up, that's a different story. If Ruto loses the election in 2022, because he's a candidate, and Raila is a candidate, and now Musalia says he also wants to be, and there are so many other people who want to be candidates. It will not be because other people have done something. It is because of his ability or inability to market himself in the country.